What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Rollo88 coming at you live and in the flesh. Today I want to talk about allegedly. Everything's allegedly these days, right? Uh, Nobody takes accountability for what they've done. And by that token, it's do as thou wilt. That's the mindset. So everything's allegedly, everything's do as thou wilt, right? And if you do something bad, you just say, I only allegedly did that. There's no evidence. And if there is evidence, destroy it quickly. I mean, what they do on 9/11, right? Um, so anyways, um, yeah, allegedly, that's the big thing, big topic of the day. Also, I want to talk about this. When you have like an older generation, like there's a certain level of disdain and disrespect for the younger generation coming up. Now I know why this happens. It's because of like the experience and the time spent and the investment of the older generation. They don't want to get screwed over by the younger generation. That's understandable. I mean, of course. So there's certain things that have been said over the course of time, over the course of the centuries, that just makes too much sense. You know what I mean? You're not going to be taking an old man's money and just flushing it down the toilet. He has his money for a reason. He was smart, he was frugal, and he's not there to get taken advantage of, basically. So there is that sense, but also when you have that much money, listen, you can't take that money with you when you're dead and gone. So do give it back to people, give it back to humanity, because you're departing your flesh anyways. Your soul is going into heaven, whatever. Okay, so get rid of all your wealth, give it to the poor, before you die. Okay, you could be a billionaire your whole life, but what use is it to be a billionaire in death? I'm not saying like get rid of the estate taxes either. If your family needs that $1 billion, give it to them. Okay, you're dead. You cannot spend that money. It's debt money anyways. It'd be weighing you down in your grave. Yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it? Let's use a little bit of common sense here, and also be more loving, because when the younger generations are coming up, they need guidance. How are they going to make that money? How are they going to start their own small businesses? How are they going to apply themselves? How are they going to figure out, if I throw this, Play-Doh at the wall, if I throw this sticky thing at the wall, what's going to stick at the wall? What's going to work in life? They need the older people to tell them, hey, that's going to stick to the wall, that's going to fall. Because the old people, we've been through it, right? We've seen, um, you know, older people, when you fail when you're older, it's kind of like, it's the funniest thing. It's like you fail and it's like you get over it. You just instantly over it when you're older. When you're younger, it can take months. It can take years to get over failure. But when you're older, you can get over failure like instantly almost. Yeah, there's going to be the stuff that led up to your failure, but you're going to process it all, and you're going to understand how to turn that failure into a success, which is something younger people don't really know how to do. So you have to help them. So that's the thing. Just stop saying things are alleged. If you did something, own up to it, and love the younger generation, because they need help. They need somebody to guide them, and that's supposed to be our responsibility. But we'd rather, get absorbed with like Amazon Prime and watching like tranny shows and like horror shows and like, sit in front of the TV, kid, which I get. Everyone's all stressed out. So, the devil causes stress, okay? And he also causes the stress relief, okay? He causes the stress, which is the sin of, I don't want to be loving, I don't want to deal with these kids, I don't want to be holistic, I don't want to be have remedies and be like homeopathic towards these kids. And he also creates the solution. Go sit in front of the sinful plasma cube of sin, and just soak it up. Sit in front of YouTube, sit in front of Fox News for 12 hours. Yeah, that'll really strengthen the old neurons in the brain. Sure. But yeah, this is all stuff we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and we really should be getting better and better. My buddy Pockets of the Future says, we're in a different Kali Yuga. It's a different time period. It's like the fifth age. I've heard it's the age of women, which, I mean, everything has its age, I guess, but You know, there's certain concepts that are above a person's head, but that doesn't mean we shy away from those concepts, and that doesn't mean that we don't explore those concepts fully. Do you understand this? So yeah. Anyways, just be more of a role model to the younger generation because they need that. Um, they need somebody to look after them. And if you don't do it, guess what? George Soros and Bill Clinton and all the rest of them are going to be more than happy to take your kids off your hands. Facts. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe.